It has been decades, as I mentioned at the top of this newscast, but unfortunately, this is not the first attempted assassination in our country. Our Nikki Hauser caught up with NewsChannel 5's longtime political analyst Pat Nolan tonight, who's covered several of these incidents over the years. Nikki, what did he say?
Rory, Pat told me today's events remind him of the assassinations of Robert Kennedy and MLK and likened this attempt to that of FDR and Ronald Reagan, adding that this could be a sign of just how polarized things have become in our country.
You begin to get worried when you see how polarized things are that somebody will decide to take action. Let's hope nobody else decides to do that.
He did say this will likely change things down the road, especially in an election season. He expects Secret Service to do a deep dive into what went wrong here, with safety measures ramping up, and says this could also sway certain voters.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised when something like this happens that there's not some reason that President Trump's numbers will go up to some degree, but it'd have to be among undecideds and people that haven't really made up their minds yet.
Now, lastly, Nolan says Trump's reaction in the moments after being shot could be very telling.
I suspect President Trump will be back out on the campaign trail, and that will, if you think his supporters that show up at his rallies are ardent before, they'll be particularly ardent in the future for this. And you saw even as he left the state tonight, he was putting his hand up. He was telling the crowd he was okay, but he was also indicating he was going to continue to fight.
Now, he expects high emotion right now, of course, but is not sure how drastically this could affect the election. Either way, he was adamant there's absolutely no place in our democracy for this kind of violence, Rory.